Hey guys, it's Kristine Mirelle here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how to make a cheap music video. Let's go. Alright guys, so if you know me or you don't know me, it doesn't really matter. I've done a ton of music videos. I've spent money and I've done it for very, very cheap when I had no money at all. So I want to share with you some of the ways that I've saved money, and I've done music videos for almost nothing. So let's start off with number one, location. Location can cost a lot of money. You could rent a soundstage, you can rent a set. I've spent money now, I've spent up to thousands of dollars. But back when I had absolutely nothing, I spent nothing by doing a couple things. So one, I thought about what friends do I have that have something cool? Like, do I have friends that have a cool like retro living room or a cool furniture, or they have a cool swimming pool that I can go hang out in the back at, or maybe there's a cool park near my place that has a beautiful fountain or a cool garden, whatever it is. And I would Google, so I would go into my like GPS and I would put like parks near me or statues near me, or I would even Google cool places to look at, and I'd put in my city for free. So at the time, you know, like I used to live in LA and I've lived in New Mexico, I've lived all over the country. Wherever I've been, whether I'm, you know, in a small farm or in a big city, there's always really cool places. So whether it's like a really cool river or pecan orchard, or it's like the arts district in Los Angeles where all the walls are covered in graffiti and there's like awesome, like even old, you know, furniture thrown on the side of the street and that kind of stuff. I use whatever is around me to use as my canvas, to use as my setting. And I've even gotten in my car and I've driven. I can speak English, I swear. I've drove around my city, you know, looking, just seeing, hey, what's through here, what's down this street, what's through this path, and found really cool places that I never would have seen otherwise. I've taken walks and hiked through mountains and gone to places like Red Rock, for example, in Las Vegas. I've hiked up there and I've shot things, you know, up in the mountains, and it cost me absolutely nothing. So make sure to use whatever's around you. Location can save you a lot of money if you just use something either that your friends have, that someone you know has, or a setting. Another big thing you can do is you can trade. So a lot of the things that I've done is, let's say I found like a restaurant or a hotel that had a really cool setting. I would ask, hey, is it okay if I shoot something here? And not only that, I'll do a trade with you. So if you let me shoot during the day for a couple hours, I'll come and do a free show on a Friday night for you. So that way you don't want to just be taking, you want to give them something in return. You're going to get value, so you want to give value. Another thing that I've done is I've traded in some of the places that I already perform. So if I already have a gig somewhere, that's great because I already have a relationship with them. So then I'll ask, is it okay if I shoot in the hotel room that's upstairs? So that's one of the examples. I shot a really great music video in this beautiful suite in one of the hotels that I performed at regularly, and they gave it to me, and it normally would have cost, you know, thousands of dollars to shoot, but I got to do it totally for free. So that's a really good one, is in trading, you know, your live music services for using their setting. It doesn't cost them anything, and it doesn't cost you anything but your time. Two, actors and actresses. I've used actors and actresses in lots of my music videos. The way that I've done it the cheapest way, obviously, is asking my friends to do it. So I'll say, hey, if I need someone that looks like this or looks like that or whatever, I'll hit up my friend, hey, will you come and, you know, be in my music video? I've used my friends as well for like props and stuff. Like in one of my music videos, I wanted to drive around in a truck, and I wanted to jump off the truck and act like I was hitchhiking and that sort of thing. So I put out on my Facebook, do any of my friends have a pickup truck that they would want to let me use for my music video? And some of them would write me back and go like, sure, you know, that sort of thing. And then it was an excuse to just hang out with my friends as well. So it was really fun because we got to create something together, but we also get to hang out. Another thing is when I really needed like models for my music video, if I needed a really good looking guy or whatever to pretend to be my boyfriend or whatnot, sometimes I went to easy things like Craigslist or whatever classifieds are in your country. So I put a little ad out, hey, I'm looking for a model. I want you to look like this or like that or whatever between this age and that age. I got $100 for you. Or $50, whatever it is that you got, just put it. Or if you only have food, put that too. The reason being is there might be an actor out there that needs some footage. Maybe they need to have a reel and they need some, you know, some sort of film for them to send to get other gigs. So even though you're not paying, they're getting something out of it because now they have a cool music video project for them to send to like an acting agent or for them to send to somebody else to potentially get a paying job. So there's a lot of ways that you can trade. 3, There's something amazing that you can do when it comes to hair, makeup, and styling. One of my favorite sites that I love to go to is modelmayhem.com. On modelmayhem.com, you can actually search for makeup artists, stylists, hairstylists, and all those types of things, and you can filter it out by your city. What I'll usually do is I'll make an email that talks about what I'm doing when I'm shooting, and I send it to them, and I go, hey, this is what I'm doing. Of course, I set up a profile so they see that I'm professional. You know, I put links to my music, and I have my photos and that sort of thing. Even if your photos aren't professional, that's okay. I've done it before both ways. And you reach out to people and you go, let's do a trade. I'm doing a music video, so if you're a makeup artist and you need, you know, an example of your work to send to your clients or potential clients, you know, let me know if you're interested. I'll send out like 100 emails to 100 different makeup artists. All you need is one to say yes. That's it. So I'll send 100 emails to makeup artists, to hairstylists, to clothing stylists. You know, it's a trade because you're offering them a music video. They get to show people their work in an awesome music scene, and you get whatever it is that you're asking, whether it be your hair, makeup, or clothing. 4, the most expensive thing that you're going to have to spend money on usually is your videographer, and it's usually worth it because a good videographer can make the worst setting look amazing. But there's ways that you can save money on that. So I've actually reached out to college students. I've posted, again, ads on Craigslist or classified ads. I've used my Facebook account. You know, I've told people, tag someone if you think they might be interested in shooting my music video, any college students, because one thing is a college student might need a project for them to turn into their college. Maybe there's a project due for their final exam, and now they get to use you as a project. So you're giving them something and you're getting something. Again, always make sure you're giving value and not just asking people to do stuff for you. So that's how that can work with college students. It can also work well with people who are just aspiring videographers. You know, people that want to shoot you because they need something for their reel so that they could get more potential clients. Another thing is if you have like $50 or $100 to spare, pay them, because that's amazing for them as well, because hey, if they needed something to send to clients anyways and they get $50 out of it, then that's great. You can also provide like pizza or dinner or whatever it is. I've done a lot of things like that where I've gone to Subway and just gotten a ton of sandwiches and said, hey, I'll provide dinner and lunch for everybody. You know, just use as many creative ways as you possibly can to trade. Now, if you have a budget, obviously, then you would post, hey, I have $500 to spend, or I have $1,000 to spend, but you just put whatever budget that you have. I have spent $50 on a music video, and here's an example of one of those music videos that I've done it with. Literally cost me $50, that is all, and then I've spent $5,000 on a music video, and I've spent, you know, in between, but usually most of my music videos don't cost me more than a couple $100. Like, and the only reason it's a couple $100 is maybe because I'm buying a new outfit and then I'm paying, you know, the videographer $100 or a couple $100 to, you know, because he's a college student. So you can save a lot of money. 5, the editing. Now, hopefully your college student will edit it as well, but if they don't, a really great investment that I made was learning how to do it myself. So the more that you can be a do-it-yourself musician, the better off you are. Like for me, I know how to shoot and edit all my music videos. I know how to do absolutely everything. So I'm able to save as much money as possible. So one big thing that I did, I just watched YouTube tutorials. You can download iMovie. I've downloaded Final Cut Pro. You know, I invested into that, and something like that can cost a few $100 or under $1,000. But if you shoot, you know, I've shot probably 40 or 50 music videos. When it comes down to how many videos that I've shot, I've probably spent like $30 on each music video if you count the fact that I've used my editing skills now to make a music video exactly how I want to, because that can cost you a few $100 to $1,000 or more, because it can take an editor a day, 2 days, or 3 days to edit your music video depending on how big your project is. Those are my 5 things that I consider when I'm trying to make a cheap music video. Check the description. I have some links in there to some of the music videos that I've spent and how much I actually spent on each music video, so you can check it out. I specialize in showing musicians how to make a living performing. So if you want to check that out as well, check out my links below. I'm Kristine Mirelle, everybody. Have an amazing time, and I can't wait to see your music video. Share it down below with your link. Bye.